Welcome back to Advocacy Alchemy with Professor Ross. Today we're going to see a identity theft scam at Best Buy, or we'll see the results of it. We won't actually see it happening, but we'll hear about it, and we will take a look at the law that's in place. This happened in Chicago, Illinois. And the only charge at the end was just I think it's just the use of the ID. I'm trying to see if they actually have it pulled up here. They don't. All right. This video, it does not pull up at the end the information where somebody wrote it down and can present it. But so we have an identity theft. A woman from New York goes to Chicago. This is June 9th, 2023. So just last year. We will be using search. Let's see. And actually, our search is going to need to be cleared since that was on something else I was taking a look at, dealing with various drug court programs. So we'll start here. We know we are in Illinois. Identity theft and fraud law. All right, so give us a place to start. And while that's doing that, I'll pull up the beginning of the video. Let's take a listen to the video. All right, and we'll pause as we go, and we'll have the law here in the background also. Let's begin.
9th, 2023, officers were called when a woman attempted to use another woman's ID to purchase a laptop from Best Buy.
All right, as the video starts, notice we have an Axon body cam. This is the officer's cam number, the serial number for this body cam. This is what time it is. 6:52 p.m. This is June the 9th, 2023. That's how you read what a body cam looks like, or Axon body cam. There are others. There's, like I said, Taser. There's Motorola has some. There's all different types, but Axon has the largest market share that I've seen. All right, let's see what happens here in this video.
She's trying to walk out the exit doors.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Do you have an ID on you? I think you're using fraudulent identification.
No, I don't. I don't have no idea on me.
Oh, thank you.
Why does it always seem that people who are out and not in the right don't seem to carry IDs? That might be an overgeneralization, because I guess I find myself out without an ID sometimes, but not really. It's usually in my car, and I usually drive myself everywhere. All right, but not having an ID, not being able to go grab an ID, raises eyebrows. All right, let's jump back here.
Yeah, can we just move out of the way?
Let's
So we can
just stand over here.
out here, please.
Is there somebody with the car outside?
Where'd Where'd you get this ID from?
That's not me in the ID.
Huh?
That's not me.
That's not you?
No,
Looks like you.
that's not me.
That looks like you.
That does not look like me.
Yeah, it looks like you.
White SUV.
Alright. What was she trying to purchase?
Computer.
Ma'am.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm trying to move from the side.
Yeah, you could move over here.
Okay? You're not even the officer. I'm not talking to you.
What's
I
she
just
trying
get
to
away
get?
from me.
Computer, $1,300.
Mac?
Windows this time.
Windows?
Yeah. The two other guys that came with her.
I didn't come with that guy. Was actually
All right, so we hear a bit of a rundown here. A Windows computer that was priced at $1,500 was attempted to be bought through a, well, we'll find out more here in a second. He said that he believes that she was with some other people there, and she's trying to claim that she's not with those people. All right, let's watch as this happens. All right, first of all, don't commit crimes. Now, if you work in a retail store, do take a look at this, because this is actually how some of these schemes and scams are ran. If you work in a retail store and an ID is presented, take some time to review that ID to make sure it's the same person. All right, let's jump back in.
asking me for my number actually, and I was trying to move.
Yeah.
I don't know him.
I'm not talking to you. So
You said two other guys.
What the camera?
There was one guy there following me,
Y'all
asking
came
for
from
my
the same
number.
Okay, that's my partner's not
Yeah.
gonna talk to you.
Yeah, you're good.
Can we move from away from the entrance?
Yeah, you're gonna walk with my partner.
Okay.
You might talking to her over there. Her.
Yes.
What's going on?
He's saying that I was doing fraud with another guy, but I walked in, right? I'm sorry, the sun is in my
Here,
face.
let's go over this way just so we don't get the sun in your eyes.
While I was waiting for him, some guy came behind me. He was asking me for my social media and my number, and I'm like, no, I have a boyfriend. Like, leave me alone. And he thinks I was with the guy doing fraud.
Okay, all right. So you were just in here shopping, you're saying?
Yeah, I was looking at the laptops, and I had asked him for.
Okay, notice that they have boxed out.
laptop. That was-
Let's pause it for a second. Notice that they boxed out the view here. That's because there's members of the public who are not a part of what's going on here. This was probably boxed out by the police department, but if not, it was done by the people who brought this video forth. Now, we'll have credits in the description below and a link to go watch the original video. Give them a view, give them a like, whatever. But this is a privacy issue. You know, everybody's information could be caught on this camera as this officer walks around. This is the only person that really matters in this video, because this is the potential defendant and in an alleged crime. All right, tongue twisted there a bit, but let's jump back in.
was about it. I didn't purchase nothing. I don't have nothing.
Okay. Did you try to open a credit card?
No, I didn't.
You did not?
No, I asked for the information. He gave me all the information.
Okay. Did you provide an ID at that point?
All right, we hear that she tried to open the credit card with this ID. All right, so we have two and two together. Let's go back over here. Split the screen out. And let's go back and look at fraud. All right, I have here about presenting ID when asked. Let's take a look up here. Identity theft laws. In Illinois, identity theft is a serious criminal offense defined under 720 ILCS 5/16-30. A person commits identity theft when they knowingly use another individual's personal identifying information or personal identification documents to fraudulently obtain credit, money, goods, services, or other property. All right, we have goods and we have other property or obtain credit. All right, it's going to be one of those three things we're talking about here, right? They're saying that she presented an ID, she asked about getting a credit card in order to buy a $1,500 computer. All right, we hit all three, right? Obtain credit for some goods at this store, which were $1,500, and property, other property is $1,500. All right, penalties. Penalties for identity theft in Illinois. All right, usually they're saying that it depends on the value. You have a class 4 felony if it's less than $300. All right, you can face 1 to 3 years in prison, a fine of up to $25,000. Class 3 felony, if property is between $300 and $2,000, this is going to be a class 3. Remember, $1,500 is the value of the computer. All right, it's between $300 and $2,000. The sentence range is 2 to 5 years in prison, a fine of up to $25,000. Class 2 felonies, $2,000 to $10,000, 3 to 7 years in prison, $25,000 still. Class 1 felony, if it's $10,000 to $100,000, all right, 4 to 15 years. Class X felony, their highest level felony, 6 to 30 years in prison, fine of up to $25,000. That's if the property and value of the property exceeds $100,000. There's also aggravated identity theft, and they say this occurs when a victim is 60 years old or older, or a person has a disability, or when the offense is committed in furtherance of the activities of an organized gang. That's an interesting one with the last one. Activities of an organized gang. You may have heard before, or you can go searching on the internet for these scam gangs where they basically steal credit cards and bundle them up and sell them. All right. Resources for victims. All right. All right, let's jump back down here to the other search I had. Presenting an ID when asked in Illinois. In Illinois, individuals are generally not required to carry identification. Interesting. So she would not be in trouble for not carrying ID in Illinois. That's different than my home jurisdiction. All right. However, there are specific situations where presenting an ID is necessary. Traffic stops. If you're operating a vehicle and you're stopped by law enforcement, you must present your driver's license upon request. Law enforcement interactions. If the police have reasonable suspicion that you're involved in criminal activity, they may request you to identify yourself. While you're not obligated to carry an ID, providing your name and address in such situations is required. This is Illinois' law, y'all. So keep in mind that the laws may be different where you are. Most, if not all, of the 50 states in our union are going to require you to identify yourself when asked by police officers, if they believe that there's criminal activity afoot. I will put that aside there, okay? Because that's the big one for a Terry stop, and that's been recognized across the nation. All right, so reasonable suspicion. All right, if they have reasonable suspicion, then you must ID yourself. You might have to present a card based on where you are, or you might only have to give your name and address. All right, let's see if she does that here. All right.
Here's my credentials.
No.
You did not?
No, I was gonna try to purchase a laptop depending on the price of it.
Sure.
And he just said, okay, he got the laptop, went back there and never came back.
Okay.
And then when he came
what
back,
laptop are you looking to buy?
he is a Surface Pro. I don't even know
Surface?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's why we're here. So we got to figure out what's going on, and then barring whatever. Like I said, we just got here, so I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. So, what time did you get here? Do you know about? Like
No.
30, 40 minutes ago? 10, 20 minutes ago?
Maybe
It's
like 15 minutes.
6:55 now.
No, I don't even know. Maybe 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
What's your last name?
Um,
How do I spell that?
Okay, so we see that this part was muted out because she's IDing herself now. That was probably done by the person who requested the freedom of information. So that people don't go and try to dox this person because they know what her first and last name is. Okay? Now, if you were a member on a jury trial and if there is body cam footage that's being used, it will not have redactions there. Okay? You're going to see the unedited footage exactly as it was captured by the police officer. Okay? Now, well, sure, let's talk about that. What happens if the body cam footage actually captures people in compromising situations or anything like that? And it all comes down to a jury trial, a court case, or wherever. That still will not be redacted. Okay? There are opportunities during a case for each side to present motions and specific motions in limine, a motion to be decided before trial and not during trial, motions concerning the presentation of certain evidence, all right? And there are certain evidentiary rules that could potentially keep certain things from being shown, maybe to the public at large, or only being shown at a specific time because of the disturbance it may cause. All those are considerations to be taken up depending on which side you are on, whether you're on the defense side or the state side, or the plaintiff or the defendant side, depending if we're talking about civil cases or criminal cases. But it can be important depending on the type of evidence is going to turn up in a case. All these are reasons why it's important that if you have a legal situation, to consult, to hire, to use an attorney. All right, let's jump back in.
What's your first name?
Jeanette, Janette.
Janette.
Yes.
Do you have a middle initial, Jeanette?
No. I don't know because I'm here for vacation.
Oh, where are you from?
I'm from New York
okay.
originally. Yeah. Can I answer? Because I had left the Uber and I had like 2 addresses so he could take me back.
You were the Uber?
Yeah, but he left. So
Okay. Yeah, just let him know it's going to be a minute.
All right, give me 1 second.
Okay. Just stay over here, though.
Okay. Ooh. Wait, let me- Hello?
Paul 5.
No.
All right. Also, just so everyone knows, okay, what happens if you have a police interaction and it becomes one of these videos and now your face is out here for getting arrested? You have to keep in mind that these sort of situations may affect your opportunity to gain employment later on. Some of those very reasons are why we have to really consider how far we're going to take things. All right, let's jump back in.
Deme llamar el Uber driver.
Can you run a name DOB, please?
Because the Uber was calling me before he left.
So you walked in trying to buy a laptop.
I was asking for the price,
Okay.
right? And
So they came up to you. You're like, you're interested in this laptop. The employee.
oh yeah.
They went to the
I
back.
asked them-
They never came back.
Yeah, he went to the back.
And then you went up to the line.
What line? No, I was there the whole time
Oh,
in front
where?
of the register.
Right over here.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I was asking where did he go to the other employees, and he said he was trying to get something from a printer to work or something like that. And then when he came back, I was about to walk out, and then right before I was about to walk out, he ran behind me, and the officer came in.
Okay. What about these guys? You said there were some guys.
No,
that came up.
they could check the camera. There was a guy. I'm standing on one of these aisles, and a guy came behind me asking me for my Instagram and cell phone number. It was a dark-skinned guy, and I told him, no, I don't have. He'd be like, so you don't have social media? I'm like, no, I have a boyfriend.
You said it was a dark skin guy.
Yeah, he had like braids.
Like dreads.
Dreads or braids, I don't know, and a hat.
Did he have anything else like tattoos? Could
No,
you
I
see?
didn't notice.
What was he wearing?
I swear, I wasn't even trying to look at him because I didn't want no eye contact with him, but he was like literally right behind me.
Okay.
I was, right where the TV is curved, that's where I was standing, and he came behind me asking me for my information.
Okay. Do you have an ID on you?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Take your time.
All right. We'll wait here, and then my partner will come talk to you, and then we'll get going from there.
All right, so let's pause for a second here. All right, remember, this is how we can identify which camera we're watching. And let's make it big. All right, this is how we identify which camera we're watching here. All right, we see it's still 6:58 now. Notice she was doing a lot of talking. Now understand that before a person is arrested, the officer may be trying to have an interview to figure out what's going on. If you know there's an opportunity for you to be arrested, remain silent. Identify yourself and remain silent. Let me hit you off with this. The street is not the place to argue your case. Why do I say that? I say that because the more talking you do, the more evidence and opportunities you give the state, the police, and the less you give your own defense team the opportunity to work the situation out for you. All this information that she was talking about is on camera. She hasn't been arrested yet. They're still trying to figure out what's going on. She hasn't been Mirandized and told that, hey, look, she's offering up information right now. That wants to have enough information at that point in time, she'll be placed under arrest and put in handcuffs. Now, it does bring up an issue for a savvy defense attorney to question, when was she not free to leave? Let's put on our defense attorney hat right now. I say she wasn't free to leave as soon as the officer told her, we're going to walk this way, and yes, you can talk on the phone, but you cannot leave here. Ding, 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 ding. If I were the attorney for the police department, I would say that you must Mirandize as soon as you tell someone they are not free to leave. All right, so we got a chance to play all roles there. All right, let's jump back in. Let's see what's going to happen.
But you're saying you don't know this guy at all?
At all.
Okay.
At all. Like, if they check the camera, you could, well, I mean, I don't know if they could hear at least.
Sure.
If they could hear him asking me for my number
But you're
and for
saying
my
you kind
social
of brushed
media.
him off, right?
Yeah, I turned around and I'm like, oh no. He said, before you go back to the guy, because he was helping me, then he left and he was like, before you go to the other guy, can I have your phone number or your social media? And I said, no, that I didn't have social media, and I couldn't give him my number.
Okay.
But I don't know him at all.
Okay. How'd you get here today?
In an Uber.
You Uber? Okay. Are you staying like in a hotel in the local area, or?
Yeah, well, I already checked out the hotel.
Where were you staying?
And
You find where she lives?
Drive to New York, please.
it was the
Okay, so do you notice that sometimes in these videos we will notice that people get reports back on the radios as they're conducting these interactions and interviews with suspects. The radio said, or he was asking, where is that name from again? Because they're checking to see does she have warrants from wherever she's saying she's from. Says she's from New York, so they're checking the database to see has her name come back. The portion of the video that went silent when he asked her last name, he was asking her how to spell it. He was writing it down, and then he was going to radio it in so that name can be searched. Also notice that she hasn't told us where she was. There's some interesting information that's going to come out here in a moment. Some of you savvy people who, even though you haven't seen this, probably know what's going on. Let's watch.
I have to check
29
my
from 30,
email.
we found one. Of course.
Sorry, miss. Did you say no record in both?
Yeah, no record, New York and Illinois.
Okay.
No,
Are you out of New York?
if I'm out of New
Like,
York,
do you live in New York?
Yes, I
That's
do.
where your driver's license is out of.
yeah,
Your government ID.
yes, from New York.
All right, so you see that the interaction, the questions are taking a turn. It's when the information didn't come back because they're searching for her in the full database of all driver's license. And her picture didn't come back, the name didn't come back in New York at where she said. So he's asking her more directly, where are you from? You said you're from New York. Now he's about to get more information. Is there a different address? Do you have a driver's license from there? He's trying to identify her because she's presented another ID that is not her. She said that she does not have her own ID. Let's talk for a second here about why this is a dangerous crime. If you can't be ID'd, then the police have, until they get you back to the station to fingerprint you, to check you that way, they have no idea of knowing who you are or how to treat you. What level of treatment should you receive? They don't know if she's been on some spree or anything. But I guess that goes true for pretty much everyone, right? But keep in mind, the police have been called to Best Buy because there was a potential crime about to happen concerning false identification being presented and trying to obtain credit.
My birthday, yes.
Okay, because we're not getting anything back on there, which means that you
I
don't
never
exist.
I never been arrested. How I don't exist?
No, I'm talking about like your driver's license.
Oh,
So that
yes.
means
No,
you're...
yes. I've never been arrested or nothing.
No? Okay.
When I was in middle school for fighting and stuff like that, but not.
No, that's nonsense.
Yeah.
How long you live in New York?
Getting out of that
All
way,
my life.
out of New York. Nothing out of Illinois, but New York, you're just coming back clear.
Okay, thank you. All right, like I said, we'll wait for him to come over and then see what's going on here. All right, I don't know if I missed it. Where'd you say you were staying?
I just check out. So I'm not gonna lie. I come here and work like at the strip clubs and stuff
Okay.
like that. And
Yeah, no worries.
I do that like sometimes in different.
There it is. Let's jump back in. So traveling, almost like a traveling nurse, right? Traveling dancer. From New York trying to run a scam before going back home. Allegedly. I don't know what the full situation is, but allegedly. If you work in the criminal justice system and you are in either a metropolitan area or you're in a jurisdiction that touches another state where people have to constantly travel through there to go and travel to the next place, you will see people coming to try to commit crimes as they travel through, going to the Walmart to try to steal because they know they're not going to be coming back. They're only traveling through. The idea of not being from that locale emboldens a person's to want to try something unlawful. Okay? Anyways, let's jump back in.
Different states,
Okay.
you know, but
Were you staying in the city or were you staying out a suburb?
what here?
Yeah, like were you staying in Chicago or were you staying in
Yeah,
Chicago?
and then I just go, like, every time I work at a club, I go to a next club the next day and stay at a near hotel from there or Airbnbs and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So do you come for like extended, like a couple
No.
of weeks or just a couple of days? Or?
No, this is my first time here in Chicago for
Okay.
that.
All right.
I prayed and it has sound, like,
Sure.
seriously.
Yeah, I don't know if they have like audio.
Yeah.
I don't know how the cameras work here, to be honest.
I hope if they do, so at least just so he could feel stupid, because I would understand, but we definitely didn't look like we was together.
All right, so confusion of the issues. A lot of times when people are trying to talk their way out of something, they're trying to confuse the issues. Even if they see the other person was simply trying to talk to her and was not involved in this scheme, doesn't correct the fact that she's in possession of an ID that's not hers, and she tried to present it as if that was her. That's the definition of fraud. And let's see if we can actually, they give us the elements here. Give us the elements to fraud. All right, fraud under Illinois law involves several key elements. False representation. The perpetrator makes a false statement or misrepresentation of a material fact. All right, in this instant, the material fact is, here's an ID, that's me, when I know it's not me. Knowledge of a falsity. The perpetrator knows that the representation is false and acts with reckless disregard for its truth. Number 3, intent to deceive. The reason that person is presenting this other person's ID is to deceive someone. The company called Best Buy in this situation. All right. The false representation is made with the intention of deceiving another party. Number 4, reliance. The victim relies on the false representation. All right. To achieve a full fraud, okay, they're saying basically you would have Best Buy rely on that and issue credit or sell her the computer. The damage would be the victim suffers harm or damage as a result of relying on the false representation. Best Buy never gets paid in the end if she makes away with the computer. She was caught in the act here, okay? It wasn't completed. And you must understand that the American criminal justice system still has punishments for crimes that were not completed. That's why you have attempted crimes. And many times that's why you might have a lesser included offense that doesn't require all the elements of the greater offense. All right, Anyways, that's enough talking on that. Let's jump back in.
Sure.
But maybe because he saw him with his phone in his hand trying to talk to him, maybe he, I don't know what's that.
Yeah, you know how it goes when you're watching something from kind of a distance. You can't really tell what's going on.
Yeah.
When are you heading back to New York?
I was just trying to make money to pay my freaking bills, and then I didn't even have like flight or anything to leave yet.
No shit.
So just going through a hard time, and I have kids and bills and
How many kids?
so.
2.
I will say that this is not the way to try to hustle up on some money. Theft, going into various crimes, it's not the way to make your situation better. Anyone, everyone, whoever can hear, a life of crime is not going to be easy. Constantly looking over your shoulder is not the way to live. That amount of stress is difficult to endure. All right, that's enough soapbox. Let's finish this one up.
Huh? This is Jeanette. Hey, Jeanette, what brought you into that?
So I just came out here, like I was telling him, I dance at strip clubs and been from city to city, and then I came in. I'm not gonna lie, I was.
All right, notice that this is the partner that's coming in. This is the original officer here. All right. This new officer comes in. He's all business. He's not hanging out and relaxed with her. Not trying to hem haul. He's trying to figure out what's happening. It's now 7:11 and 58 seconds. This is his camera number. Let's listen to how fast this wraps up.
Trying to get a laptop, but I didn't even purchase anything. I didn't get anything.
Okay, well, did you give him anything up there?
The ID.
You gave him the ID?
Yeah.
And it's not you, clearly?
It's not me. It's someone that looks like me. Though.
Okay, what we're going to do is we have to place you under arrest for possession of fraudulent ID, so if you put your hands behind your back.
You heard that he came in. He gathered not the initial information, the only information he needed. She presented an ID of a person who looks like her, but that is not her. He summed it up and said, okay, we're going to place you under arrest for presentation of a false ID. Place your hand behind your back. The whole spiel.
Okay.
And I left my bag in the Uber, so I don't know.
Okay. I'm sure one of our female nurses.
Can I text my mom and let her know?
Oh,
that
we'll let you call at the police department, okay?
Okay. This is too tight on this side.
Let me get it.
One female 95.
Would I be able to take the numbers from my phone at least? Because I don't remember my number.
You'll be able to get them.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you're
Yeah,
cool.
I'll grab your bag. I got your bag. Let go of your bag.
I can grab it?
Yeah. We're going to walk outside.
I hope that they'll be able to eat every night. Okay?
We're going to walk over here. Does your mom live in Illinois? You currently live in Illinois? Okay. How long have you been in Illinois for? 2 days. Do you have any pockets on you or anything, or no? No pockets? Okay.
I tell you, this is the worst, right? To be arrested in a place that's not home seems like that's even worse than being arrested in your home, right? Because then someone has to try to come and get you out if you don't have access to all your resources. Additionally, you can see that being pretty won't get you out of every situation. And you can't talk your way out of every situation. Keep that in mind.
Wait, with the thing there?
Yeah, it's just a
gonna
seatbelt.
buckle.
Yeah, it's just gonna go across your back.
Oh my.
She was charged with identity theft. Do you think she was persuaded by someone else to try and make this purchase using someone else's ID? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right, so once again, that's from Crime on Bodycam. Go give them a like and a subscribe. They have quite a few videos over there. And you can do your own legal research as you watch the videos and become more aware about spotting issues as they happen and reviewing what you know or would like to learn about. Okay? Anyways, this was Advocacy Alchemy with Professor Ross. We went over identity theft in Illinois. We watched a quick video, not the longest in the world, and we talked back and forth a little bit. If you have any ideas for any videos or any legal concepts you would like me to go over, send me an email. Watch some of the other videos, comment on the videos, and I'll see you in the next video. This is Professor Ross. This is Advocacy Alchemy. You all have a good evening.